Some K-dramas are good, but Empress Ki, this one didn't just tell a story, the acting carried the emotion of the series.
그분은 제 아버지십니다.
And honestly, till today, it still hits differently. Hi, I'm Alpha Eve. I'm an aspiring film student, and today I'm breaking down why Empress Ki is one of the best K-dramas I have ever seen. So I'll be breaking it down into different sections. 1. Emotional acting. One thing Empress Ki does really well is emotional control in acting. It's not just about crying or shouting, it's about what happens in the eyes.
아버님이라니.
There are moments where the character doesn't speak much, but you can literally feel the pain, the conflict, the decisions happening internally. That level of subtle acting, that's not easy. That's skill. And that's one thing that makes this drama stand out even years later. So for 2 would be performance delivery. Oh my goodness. The delivery of lines, and don't even get me started. The actors don't rush their dialogue. They pause, breathe.
내 아들이 부처님의 공덕을 받는 것이 그리도 배가 아프더냐. 지금 황실의 재정이 왜 이리 됐는지 아십니까?
They let the emotions sit before speaking. Like, goodness. They embody the character.
어서 죽이거라.
And that creates tension because instead of just hearing words, you feel the weight behind every sentence. So one thing that really stood out to me in Empress Ki is how different actors approach their performance delivery in different unique ways. For example, Ji Chang-wook playing the role of the emperor. This role was different from the kind of character he usually plays. If you've seen him in other dramas, he often has this strong, controlled, almost dominant presence.
무슨 일이시죠?
최유진 사모님 모시러 왔습니다.
별도의 하명 없이 아무도 출입할 수 없습니다.
But in Empress Ki, he allowed himself to be vulnerable, emotional, even unstable at times.
살려주시오, 백안 장군. 나를 죽이지 마시오.
And that shift, it was convincing. You could feel his dependency, his fear, his obsession. It never felt fake.
나는 그녀를 사랑한다. 내 전부니라. 네 딸 것이 될 것도 아니다. 알겠느냐? 알겠느냐? 알겠느냐?
That level of vulnerability is actually difficult to act, and he delivered it so naturally. Then you have Hajiwon, and honestly, her performance alone is a masterclass. She didn't just play one character. She played multiple versions of the same person. From Sung-yang, where she had this strong masculine energy, to when she became a palace maid, where everything around her became controlled and strategic.
이리 가까이 오너라. 더.
And then to Empress Ki, where she carried power, elegance, authority.
뭐라? 고려왕이 오라버니들을 죽였단 말입니까?
예, 마마.
Each stage felt like a completely different transformation, but still the same character. That level of transformation, that's elite acting. And then there's Joo Jin-mo as King Wang-yu. His performance was very grounded and emotionally restrained. He didn't need to overdo anything. Even in moments of pain and anger, he kept it controlled, and that made it even more powerful. Because instead of showing too much, he lets you feel it slowly. You also have characters like Tanashiri. Even if she was a villain, her performance was loud, expressive, and emotionally intense.
기재인, 예 마마. 황실의 재정을 아끼겠다며. 하다 못해 이제 음식 갖고 날 능멸해.
And she fully committed to that role. She didn't hold back, and that's what made her presence very strong on screen. If I were directing, this is exactly the kind of performance control I would want, where the actor not just understands what to say, but how to say it.
그 입 닥치고 당장 잔불 행사를 열거라.
못합니다.
못해.
그래도 원하신다면 돈 많은 진정에 손을 내밀어 보시던가요.
Section 3. Costume plus performance. Okay, so now let's talk about something people don't always notice. The costume. The costumes are not just for beauty. They actually support the performance. As the character grows stronger, you can see it not just in the acting, but in the way they are dressed. Plus, might I add that I was specifically obsessed with Empress Ki's costume as a lady and as an empress. Oh, goodness. One thing I really appreciate in Empress Ki is how costume and performance works together. The costumes are not just for beauty, they actually support the character's identity. For example, when Sun Yang was living as a man, her posture, her movement, her energy matched the costume completely. It wasn't just an outfit, it was a full transformation. Then as she became a maid, her body language became smaller, more controlled, more careful. And later, as Empress Ki, her presence became more powerful, more composed, and commanding. So the costume doesn't just change how she looks, it changes how she performs. That combination is what makes the character feel real. The posture changes, the presence changes, the energy changes. So when you combine acting and intentional costume design, you get a character that feels real and powerful. Honestly, this is one of the reasons why Empress Ki is still my number one, because it's not just a story I watched, it's a performance I felt. I'm still having flashbacks. And as someone who wants to go into film, this kind of acting is something I really study and admire deeply. So we finally come to the end of this review. If you've watched Empress Ki, I want to know what scene stood out to you most. And if you love film breakdowns like this, I'll be doing more as I continue my journey into filmmaking. See you in my next video. Do not forget to like, comment, subscribe. Just do something. Anyways, till I see you in my next video. Bye.